The Arizona Cardinals preview and college football features edition of the Stephie Smalls Show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to a $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SMALLS. Sports Gambling Podcast is back with their 32 NFL team previews. They're also bringing back the phrase that pays. Each episode, they'll give out one word of a 32-word phrase. Submit the phrase for a chance to win a $1,000 circa feature. Let's fucking go.
Are you ready?
Hello, I'm back. My voice sounds fantastic. We have a double dose of Ryan's today. Producer Ryan's going to come on. We're going to talk Arizona Cardinals, and then someone much smarter than me when it comes to college football is going to come on, Mr. Another Ryan. So without further ado, let's bring on Producer Ryan. How's it going? How are you, Ryan? Dealing with me on a daily basis has to be like one of the toughest things that you could ever do.
Oh, it is honestly something new every day. I mean, you keep me on my toes.
Yeah.
I never get to, totally relax. I'm moving here, I'm moving there. It's great. It's great for me.
Imagine being me. It could be worse. It could actually be me.
That would be insane. Do you
But we
want
have
to
to talk
tell?
about your Cardinals. That's fun.
I have to turn about my Cardinals. Yeah, I'm really excited to talk about my Cardinals. I did some of this information on Sports Gambling Podcast, but I'm going to mix it up a little more. I got more to give that we didn't get to so this is deep diving. This is total deep dive. But before we get going, do you want to tell the listeners what the fuck you did to your voice?
Hello. I try to keep up with my 22-year-old co-national card show, and I think I just am a little bit exhausted. So I yap too much. Yapping. A lot of yapping. Too
much yapping for Steph. Did not think it could happen that there would be too much yapping for even stuff, but her voice box just cannot handle it.
No. Yeah, it's embarrassing, actually.
Okay.
Actually, you might, you know what? You want to hear it? We'll do story time and talk about the Cardinals because that's what everyone's here for.
Yeah.
Someone tried to buy my certified, offered me $600 for it, and I was like, I'm not giving this hat away.
Certified yapper
ended up
hat.
losing the hat. So that business.
Okay. I heard some of that. Somebody offered you $600 for your certified yapper hat. You said no, ended up drinking too many high noons and losing it that night anyway?
I didn't say anything about high noons. You added that part in.
Okay.
That part was up for everyone
No, but I'm
just what happened. But yes.
I'm just guessing because I have known you for a few years now. We do work together pretty closely. Just a guess. All right. Yapping or yakking, Trevor? Trevor asked yakking.
All right, the Cardinals.
Okay.
Talking about 2024 Cardinals.
2024 Cardinals. Imagine them as a sitcom, right? They had a promising pilot, opening the season. It was very promising. And then kind of mid-season when the filler episodes would have started, the script started falling apart and they started losing a lot. And by the end of the season, they kind of had their finale was kind of a neat win over the 49ers. But, that was a fun one because Kyler threw 4 touchdowns, but a little too late in the season. They ended up 8-9. I guess the bright spots were, Kyler Murray rebounding from being injured the season before. But I do want to say he wasn't fully healthy for the entire season. and McBride, breakout revelation, maybe the best tight end in the league, could be an argument. And Maserati Marv coming in and didn't have a great season, but his numbers looked better than I feel like people thought his season went.
How frozen am I that the chat is saying this? Are we getting through this episode or are we good?
I mean, there's a little bit of a delay and you are freezing quite a bit, but
great. Amazing.
I think
maybe I
internet...
let you go on with the guest after this. This is what we end up doing. If it's going to be like this.
So here we go. I feel like maybe the internet might be run through your voice box right now because your internet is crap, it seems like.
Okay. Maybe I jump back in. We'll see how it goes. You take over. You talk about the Cardinals. Tell everyone about the Cardinals. I'll jump back in.
Okay, I'm gonna tell everybody about the Cardinals. Here we go. All right. Steph is gonna jump back in. We're gonna take her out. All right. Here we go. One man pod on the Stephie Smalls show right now. Just recapped what the Cardinals did in 2024. If you look at the numbers, 8-9, third in the NFC West. Kyler had 3,800 yards, 21 TDs passing. James Conner led the team, got his second 1,000-yard season in a row. So led the team in rushing, close to 1,100 yards. Receiving leader, boom, Trey McBride, 1,100 yards. And just saw in the chat, somebody said, David said, McBride led all TEs, tight ends, in red zone targets and still only had one TD catch. That is absolutely true. It's insane how few touchdowns he had, which is something I'm going to talk about in my player props section for the Cardinals, because I think he will go back to the mean this season and catch more. It was kind of because there's no reason he shouldn't have had 4 or 5 touchdowns when he had that many targets. I don't know what was going on there, but I feel like a lot of touchdowns, bit of luck. So I think it's going to come back around. What else do we have? Okay. Talked about Kyler Murray, had a 68.8% completion rating, 572 rushing yards, 5 rushing TDs, was not fully healthy, has talked multiple times in interviews how he was not healthy. Okay, getting some feedback there from Steph, and looks like you're freezing some still. Did you reset your internet?
Amazing. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Are we live?
We can hear you. We are live. And did you happen to reset your internet? Because it seems like your internet.
I did. Sorry.
Okay. All right. We're going to just let you sit there and weigh in occasionally.
Okay.
Here we go. And mentioned Kyler Murray, not healthy the entire season. He's already come out in interviews, says he's only fully healthy this summer. So there we go there. James Conner, second 1,000-yard season. Rumored scrimmage yards might be even closer to 1,500 per recent reporting. McBride, definitely team MVP last year. Buda Baker, defensive MVP for sure, with 164 tackles, second in the NFL. And, Maserati Marv definitely looked good. Didn't have the production that like Neighbors did, so it was a little disappointing, but did finish with 885 yards and 8 touchdowns. So that was, pretty good numbers for a freshman year,
Not bad.
Stephie, I will pause, let the delay happen, and you can ask me any questions.
I want to know what you think about the win total. 8.5. It's sitting at the under is plus 100. Over
We're gonna
minus
jump to
120.
we are gonna jump to the win total. Here we go. Let me look at my notes. So I have them at 10 wins. Their schedule starts off
10?
pretty 10, yes.
Okay.
So their schedule starts off pretty easy with the Saints and the Panthers. Panthers at home in a revenge game. They go 2-0. Next up, 49ers and Seahawks. I think they split those games because they usually split with teams in the NFC West. Then they have the Titans, boom, at home. That's a win, right?
Easy win.
Week 6, Colts. They're going to be playing a Danny Dimes or a banged up Anthony Richardson by that time. That's a win.
Okay.
So I've already got them 4-2 in week 6. Are you following me so far?
I am, yes.
All right. Packers, going to put that up as a loss. Then Cowboys, going to say they beat the Cowboys because I think the Cowboys suck this year. And I'm not just saying that because we hate the Cowboys on this show.
It's also fuck the Cowboys always.
Yeah. Seahawks, 49ers again. We're going to split those. Week 12, Jaguars at home. I think they win. Is that weird?
Why is that? Why would that be weird? I like the Cardinals. The thing is, I feel like I like Kyler more than you like Kyler.
Well, I'm coming back around on Kyler.
Oh, okay. You're doing a switch.
He sucks me in.
Okay.
He sucks me in every season.
Here we go.
Bucks at Tampa. I'm going to chalk that up as a loss. I'm going to say the Rams, they split those games. At Texans, that's a loss. I'm saying Falcons, they win. At Bengals, they lose. That's late in the season, cold, outside. Okay, I'll give that. But that comes, and then Rams, again, I said they split 10 wins. So I'm going with the over. And if you can get, over 9.5, I'd take that too.
I like it. Then where are you at with, what about playoffs? Does the plus 148 interest you and them going to the playoffs next season or this season?
You know what? I actually bet them to win the NFC West at plus 450.
Did you?
Yeah. I feel like here's the reasons why.
Talk me through that because I think you can sell me there.
All right. I got 5 reasons why. Kyler is back to playing angry short king football. All right. He has already said, he has already said he's healthy. He's motivated. He's a nightmare when he's rushing. And he said in multiple interviews, he's going to run more this season. All right. I think we can still expect a midseason slump from him, but I like the beginning of the season, very easy schedule. I think he'll get his confidence and, hopefully Call of Duty doesn't suck him in too much. I feel like Trey McBride and Maserati Marv are a real passing attack. This is the best group of receivers that Kyler has had during his career in the NFL.
It also might be the best defense, right? Like last year.
Literally the next thing on my list. The defense is finally bulking up. They had a great 2025 draft haul with Walter Nolan, Will Johnson, Jordan Birch. They added some much needed teeth to the defense already. They already re-signed Budda Baker. He's happy. Yeah. This is by far the best defense that the Cardinals have had in recent memory. Plus Gannon, look what he did with the defense in Philadelphia. I think that is going to be coming. I feel like my point 4 is Gannon has a year 3 glow up. He's improved every year. He already said that he was a little overwhelmed at first, but he's really figuring it out. And he improved from 4 wins to 8 wins, and from year 1 to year 2.
Yeah.
So
and you look at the defense too. I think it was like 21st to 4. They were 14th in DVOA last year. That's a lot better than I think people realize. And then you added pieces. They've only gotten stronger. So I think this Cardinals team is in a good spot. We just need Kyler to be the Kyler that we all love, not
yes.
stinky.
Yeah, we need Kyler. We need Kyler to look back to Short King angry mode where he is running like a video game character, 100%.
Correct.
And then my last point of why I'm buying in on them winning the NFC West is, let's be honest, the NFC West pretty fucking wobbly. Why are we thinking that the 49ers are going to be so much better after what they showed last season? Why are they favored to win the league at some books?
I
The
feel like I
Rams,
talked about that a lot. Like even like months ago, it was like surprising that they were sitting there. And I kind of got back high on the 49ers train. And the closer we get to the season, I'm like, am I sure that I want to commit to that? Because I don't know that I do.
right. And then, I feel like the Rams are Stafford is like one hit away from
What is going on with
down.
him? I feel like I was untapped. Like, did he get hurt again or something?
Stafford?
Yeah. Is his back, neck, this?
It's always something. I mean, the guy has been looking like he's 40 years old for like the last 5 seasons. But so I feel like a Stafford bang up, an injury, totally could be in the cards. And then I will say, the Seahawks, new coaching staff, growing pains, a new coaching staff last season, still growing pains, lost Gino. We'll see what happens there, I think, but it's totally up in the air.
Yeah. Have you taken a look at any of these player lines? Kyler's passing total 3,400 and a half. Where are you at on that?
I like that. He's gone over this 4 of the last 6 seasons. If he stays healthy, he will go over this. He's only 27 years old. I feel like he's still entering his prime, and he throws a great long ball. If Marv can and McBride can get down the field, definitely feeling this. Also feel like Kyler has already said he needs to run more. He's never gone over 1,000 yards in a season, but came close in 2020. Kyler Murray plus 900 to go over 1,000 yards. What do you think about that?
I mean, listen, I love me some Kyler Murray. There's not going to be a bet that you name right now that I'm not going to say, yeah, I will take it. I love Kyler. I absolutely love him. It's funny. You've switched up though. You were so out last season.
I was so out. I was so out last time. I was also going through to be fair, I was also going through a manic episode at the time.
There we go.
And I was eating like 400 milligrams of THC every day. Yeah. So I might have been not in my right head.
Okay.
But I'm back. I'm back in on top.
We're back, baby.
I'm back in on Kyler.
Okay, Marvin Harrison. Gotta talk Marvin Harrison.
Before we talk about Marv, how about I do the ad reads today since you have no voice?
Okay, go ahead. I have my ad reads in there. You can read off my bets that I put in there.
All right, here we go.
Pretty good. I got longest receptions for week 1 already.
This is the producer Ryan version of the ad reads. Here we go. Boom, Underdog. Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog, also great place to play pick'ems, where you can pick up 500x on your entry. Can you believe that? 500x. Here is a pick'em entry that I, Stephie Smalls, like week 1 longest receptions, baby. Trey Harris lower 15.5. Garrett Wilson higher 20.5 yards, and JMO higher than 22.5 yards.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and here we go with the call to action. So sign up with Smalls. SMALLS to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. That's underdogfantasy.com. promo code SMALLS with 2 L's. And we're brought to you by MyBookie. MyBookie is your place to bet on every sport, including MLB, WNBA, golf, and of course, football futures, and use them all season long to bet on everything you can NFL. MyBookie.ag accepts customers from a ton of locations, even Michigan. MyBookie accepts customers from I just said the same point again. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SMALLS for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SMALLS with 2 L's. All right. Where are we going next with the Cardinals preview, Stephie?
We're going with Marvin Harrison. I want to talk about his. You know what the thing is with Marvin Harrison? I feel like everyone kept saying he was a letdown. He was a letdown. Yes, he didn't have the season that we would have wanted, but he still had a good season. Last year, 8 touchdowns, 62 receptions, 185 yards. Why are we acting like he didn't have a good year? He still had a good year. His receiving yards is sitting at 925.5. I like the over there at -115.
Here's what I like. At certain books, you can find this combo: Marvin Harrison to score 10 plus receiving touchdowns and have 1,000 receiving yards in the regular season plus 400. Really like that because he had 8 touchdowns last year, as you said, 885 yards. It's pretty easy to see him taking somewhat of a jump. Why not 2 more touchdowns? Why not, 115 more yards or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that they set his touchdown line at 6.5. It feels very disrespectful.
Right. I totally agree with you. I feel like that's way too low. What else do I like? Do you want to move to James Conner or Trey McBride?
Yeah, talk to me about baby boy James Conner.
All right. 2024 was definitely Conner's best season to date. He had nearly 1,100 yards, scored 8 rushing touchdowns, had 236 carries, forced 68 missed tackles, and averaged 3.3 yards after contact per rushing attempt. He was a beast,
Wow,
Stephie.
look at you, Producer Ryan. My God.
Yeah. Over 1,000 yards the last 2 seasons. And did you see what his rushing yards is set at?
I did not see it, actually.
900. I feel like gone over this easily the last 2 seasons. What's stopping him, short of injury, from going over that?
Just the injury part.
But he's been healthy. He's been healthy the last 2 seasons.
Listen, I'm pro James Conner. I don't hate it at all. Does Benson have a lineup yet or no?
I'm not seeing Benson's line yet. I am seeing Trey McBride. What do you think his regular season yards are set at?
975.5. I don't know.
900.5.
Oh, really?
Whereas Brock Bowers set at 1,000.5. I feel like McBride has earned the right to be every bit on the same plane as Brock Bowers right now.
I don't disagree with that at all. Yeah, I don't. I think it's a touchdown thing with McBride. People have a bad taste in their mouth because we had to deal with that last season.
Yeah, but I think he's going to. That was like a weird anomaly. He's going to come back, and for whatever reason, Kyler just could not hit him in the touch in the end zone last year, and I feel like they're going to definitely work on that in camp.
Didn't he have a rushing touchdown before he had a receiving touchdown last year?
He did. He had
that is crazy.
Yeah. It was pretty nuts. So
I don't think it's crazy to think that he could finish tight end 1 in fantasy either.
No, don't feel like that's out of the range of possibility. Also, his touchdown line set at 4.5, going over that.
What's the number on that?
-220 right now.
Okay. Interesting.
He has, 2023, he only came on the second half of the season, if you remember, and he had 3 receiving yards. So if he has, or 3 receiving touchdowns, if he plays a full season at the level he did similar to last season, you could totally see him getting 5 receiving touchdowns.
I feel like 5 is that we're really not asking for a lot there either out of him.
No, not from
you expect
possibly
with them having a better defense this year and being able to be more productive on offense because of that too, should lead to more McBride involvement.
Right. Definitely
Trevor,
agree with that. Trevor, stop being a dick. Come on, man.
Trevor, all right, enough with the dog and Kate. I messed up. I gave you a lot of good advice. But yes.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Trevor. I am giving you all the Cardinals tidbits you need.
All right, let me ask you. Let's go run through like I do with all the other guests. So what's your final record prediction? Is 10 wins, correct?
10 wins, yep.
Wins. Okay, how does this division play out?
I am going Cardinals, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks.
Okay. Are we sleeping on the Seahawks a little bit?
I mean, people on this show have picked them as a dark horse, but I don't see it. I mean, somebody has to come in last.
Yeah. Someone's got to be the fat loser.
I mean, the books are predicting them to come in last. So
yeah. Okay, so who do you have to draft for fantasy on this team? One pick.
Good question. I definitely feel like James Conner is going to be a great value.
So late. Yeah.
And I feel, I mean, I own a couple teams with my younger brother, and he says we have to get Maserati Marv this season. He feels like he's going to take a huge jump. Now, that might be his heart talking, not his brain, but I don't know. What do you think with his average draft position right now, Steph? Is that a good?
I think it's in a good spot. I think you take him if he's there for you, you take him. There's no reason not to draft him. We love second-year wide receivers. We love them. And I think this team should only be better. They're better on paper. Their defense is better. Like there is a lot to like about the Cardinals next year, I fear.
Yeah. And then for where you can get Kyler, super great value because he's already said he's going to rush more. So there's no way if he stays healthy, and which I know is a big if, but why couldn't he be putting up similar Lamar Jackson rushing yards?
Yeah. Who's the player to watch next year for this team or this year? Football is almost here. I'm talking like it's next. We got a couple weeks here at this point. Who is the player to watch? It doesn't have to be someone for fantasy or anything. Like who is the player this year that you are keeping your eyes out for?
So since I've talked about the offensive side of the ball so much, let me answer this question with a defensive guy. I think Will Johnson, the cornerback.
I'm still with you. That would be my answer. Yeah, the
cornerback from Michigan that they got in the second round. This team has for the last 10, since 5 to 10 years, they didn't have they had Patrick Peterson, obviously, and he was killer, but they never had someone like good to play on the other side. I feel like this is a pretty even secondary, but that's only if Will Johnson steps up in his first season. I think he has the talent to do so. Absolutely. And I can't wait. I think he is the guy in that defense to watch for sure. And because Walter Nolan, the guy they took in the defensive tackle they took in the first round, already been a little banged up. Right now slotted in behind Calais Campbell. Calais is gonna be more of a mentor towards him. We'll see. I'm sure he'll pass Calais at some point to start, but yeah, Will Johnson, I'm really excited about. So that was a long answer to your question.
No, I'm excited about him too. I see Trevor asking about Wilson and Dortch. Dortch is on my no bet list. I do like Wilson like later on, but he's like more of a waiver wire guy. Like this isn't someone we're starting every week. Here's
the thing about Dortch. Dortch is my father's favorite player on the Cardinals because he's one of those hustle guys that does everything right, you know? So he's a total dad player.
Yeah, he is a dad player. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh,
And
what is
Michael
your
Wilson,
what's your Super Bowl prediction?
my Super Bowl prediction. Let's go with Bengals Packers.
Ew.
Why not?
That seems gross.
I just pulled that out of my ass. I don't know.
I love it though. I love that that is what you came up with. Fantastic. Anything else on the Arizona Cardinals before maybe I let you take over and handle this next segment so that we're not fighting?
I feel like your voice is getting better.
Is it?
You can tag me in whenever you want. No, I think we should wrap this up and we go to the college football preview with Moneyline Mac. I am going to read the ads for you though, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Save your voice for Moneyline Mac. Here we go.
Good.
So Stephie's favorite place in the world where we will be in a couple of weeks, Circa, the world's greatest sports book. Circa Las Vegas is hosting the world's biggest pro football contests. Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo with over $21 million in guaranteed prizes. You can call yourself a true degen. You can't call yourself a true degen if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. Stephie, are we going in on anything together?
I think we have to. We have to have a discussion about it. We need to decide. I think we have to do it for the content. We're going to have to do it.
Yeah. Come hang out with SGPN and the Stephie Smalls show at Circa Contest Weekend, August 21st through the 23rd for an amazing weekend, including live shows and open bars. Plus, you get 15% off a stay at Circa with promo code SGP15. The contests are open to everybody. Sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com and use promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. And Rhythm continues to crush it with power trends, essentially the best of the best of what their house model has to offer. These are you getting feedback?
No.
Steph? Okay, I'm hearing feedback. That's weird.
Okay.
These
I did send you in
AI
private chat my play for this though, just so you know.
Okay. These are AI detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a high ROI. Think a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hits certain range. I feel like strikeout props on this show, people are like, what? Baseball? Anyway, power trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean data-based bets. All right, so MLB power trends are crushing it. A lot of unders on batter hit props that are collectively hitting at a 70% rate. Fading players is profitable. Also, WNBA power trends since All-Star break, 21-16 on power trends with a 23.36% ROI. They're absolutely cooking. Nice little bankroll builder for NFL around the corner. I kind of channeled Trump a little bit. Went out, nice little bankroll builder. Download the Rhythm app, check out power trends, and start betting smarter. You know, we'll be there. Mention a power trend. Get your 7-day free trial. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And that's RITHMM, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm, RITHMM. All right. And now we're going to get my ass out of here and get Moneyline Mac in here.
Thank goodness. Get out of here, Producer Ryan. Let's get my Mac in. Let's talk some college football from experience. How's it going? You're on one of the biggest shit shows of an episode ever. Appreciate you being here. West Virginia, huh?
Mountain Mama, yes. Thank you for having me. Sorry to hear about your voice.
It's fine. We're all good here. Now we're talking to you about some college football, not my bread and butter. So I'm here to ask you about this upcoming season. What do you got for us? Any futures? What should we know about this upcoming season?
Well, I would say that, so we at the College Experience do all 136 team previews. So we're like
Great.
83 or 84 right now. Yeah, I think we're the only ones that are crazy enough to try and pull that off. I would say this is as open a year going into it as I can ever remember it. I mean, the odds-on leader is 6-1 with Ohio State and Texas, who play week 1 to start the season, and then also Clemson and LSU play. So week 1, I think we're going to learn a lot. But I think this year, just with how open it is, I think you're going to be able to, maybe if a team drops a game or two, like we saw with Ohio State last year, losing at Oregon and then losing at Michigan, I think you can get some value on them. So as open as it is, not a lot of returning production with a lot of teams because everybody just bounces in the portal every other year. So it's kind of a shit show. But I mean, we do the best we can to break it down.
Yeah, absolutely. What's like your favorite? Do you have like a favorite sleeper this year then, as far as these teams go?
On the national or conference level?
Let's go national level.
Okay. I think the national level, and this, I guess I would qualify him as a sleeper just because not everybody really likes him, and it's Brian Kelly and LSU, him and his fake ass accent down there. Yeah, but we've seen like the LSU quarterbacks in year number 2 take big jumps, whether it was Burrow, then Jaden Daniels. Now you get Nussmeier, who actually had a better first year than both of those two guys. They invested a lot in the portal. They hired a new GM, and then they made some nice adjustments with their defense. I think they are worth a stab 16-1 to win the national championship. Every LSU has won a national title within their first 4 years. Saban, Les Miles, Orgeron. It's year 4 for Brian Kelly. It's now or never.
Oh, I'd love to hear it. Who this year, looking at the National Football League, I'm bringing it back to that. What rookie are you excited to see like transition to the next level? Like, is there, whether it doesn't even need to be a sleeper, like, is there someone that you are looking forward to just watching in general?
I got to go Travis Hunter. More hype with Colorado, but just we've never seen a guy play both ends at the level that he did. Right. I mean, honestly, the only guy that really comes to mind is his coach, Deion, and we saw the career he had, and so I'm looking forward to seeing Travis Hunter. I like Cam Ward as well, and some of the other guys, but just how playing both ways translates at the next level. How possible is it really?
It's so great. It's going to be very interesting to see. I think also how Trevor Lawrence is able to like elevate his game is going to be really important for that team because it's kind of going to come down to him. How does Travis and BTJ, like, how does that work together?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, Travis Hunter's just such a jack of all trades, so I kind of feel like he can play off of anybody. They can play him in the slot, they can play him outside, they can play slot corner. He'll fit in wherever he goes. I mean, he was such a freak. In a quarterback award, the Heisman, he won it going away because he was such a freak.
Yeah. Absolute freak. I have to selfishly ask you about Jackson Dart, obviously, because you're on the show. I'm a Giants fan. What are we thinking about Jackson Dart?
So I know this is back and forth between the two main hosts over at SGP. Shocker, the Eagles guy is down on Jackson Dart, and the Giants guy is high on him. I like Jackson Dart. I thought he was productive at Ole Miss. Now, he was in a quarterback-friendly system with Lane Kiffin, but Lane Kiffin's also coaching the NFL, so I think there's some good things there. The Giants quarterback room's kind of a shit show. I mean, they got? Russ, Jameis, and Dart. I think they've everything.
Nothing new. What is your – okay, now we're switching back to college football. I'm going all over the place. Now, before I let McKee jump in and ask you a couple questions because I know he has a few, what is your favorite future for this upcoming – you have to pick one. I say gun to your head. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. I keep saying it, and I say it again. G-U-N to your head. Favorite future that you have.
So I'm a sicko, and I'll go to the Sun Belt.
Love sickos on the show.
Yeah. So I'll bank on the team that was 1-11 last year, and their win total set at 5.5. And you're probably like, how the hell are they going to go over 5.5 wins. Well, Southern Miss hired Charles Huff, who was at Marshall the last couple of years. Marshall won the Sun Belt last year, and for whatever reason, the contracts didn't get worked out. He brings over his quarterback, who's the preseason Sun Belt Player of the Year, and he had a monster year last year, 20 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's bringing over double-digit starters from his Marshall team. Their win total setting at 5.5. They were a 9-win team last year. I just think that everybody was kind of lazy with this, and they're like, oh, they're 1-11, they suck. But it's a completely different team, and we just saw Signetti do this at Indiana, bringing over his James Madison guys, and they flipped it and won 10 games from 2 wins. So I'll go Southern Miss over 5.5 wins. I know you didn't have that on your bingo card.
I did not have that on my bingo card, but that's why you're here. I have one last. Actually, I lied. McKee, you can come on after. We have to talk about Arch Manning, obviously. He's not coming out next year. Why are we? Can we talk about Arch Manning? Like, what is there to expect with him being Texas's starting quarterback next year?
Well, we'll find out a lot because they play at Ohio State week 1, big noon kickoff. So
there you go. Welcome.
Yeah, I know you're a Giants fan, so you probably are secretly pulling for Arch because you like Eli.
I don't like that everyone likes him. I don't know. He's got this like Peter Pan thing going on that I'm not a fan of.
I like Arch. I think he's way more athletic than Eli and Peyton, which so when you see him take off and run, you're gonna be like, I never saw Eli do that once in 20 years for the Giants.
He had like 100 rushing yards his whole career. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think that the hype has gone a little too much. I mean, he's the Heisman front runner, and he hasn't played a game, or he started 2 games against the worst team in the SEC and then a G5 in UL Monroe last year. Yeah. So I think he's good. I think he's going to be good, really good. But I think it's going to take a year. And they lost a ton on the offensive line, and they lost a ton on the defensive side of the ball. So I think Texas is getting a little too much hype. It's a TMZ team, as we like to call it.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know. Everyone's too excited. And all these teams too. Oh, well, tank for Arch. He's not coming out. So you better get over it, baby, because it's not this year for you. McKee, do you want to jump on? Is there a couple questions that you have?
All right. I kicked her off because I could not stand her voice anymore. No, I'm just kidding with you, Steph. Just kidding with you. Tell me who you got, Texas versus Ohio State, because I believe this is the first time in history, right, that number 1 has played number 2 in the first game.
Yeah, fitting that we're doing it tonight because the poll came out today. So I got the Buckeyes. I know both teams are replacing a ton. I know both have new quarterbacks to a certain degree. But usually if I see a young quarterback hitting the road in a hostile environment, the shoe, I'm going to side with the home environment. And I think Sayin is a good young quarterback for Ohio State. And Jeremiah Smith is as good a wide receiver as anybody. He would have been a top 5 pick this year after his freshman year. So I'll take the Buckeyes in that building over the Longhorns.
Okay. Let's talk about quarterback debuts outside of Arch Manning. Who do you really like? Who should we be paying attention to for those of us who know nothing and want to seem like we know something?
So the 2 guys that are coming back for their 3rd year in the system that they're going to be playing in, well, I guess one guy will only be in the second. And it's kind of crazy that I'm like harping on somebody headed into their 3rd year in the system. But that's college athletics, just with the transfer portal. Everybody bounces to a new school every other year. It's Cade Klubnik at Clemson and Garrett Riley's offensive system for the 3rd straight year. Clemson brings back 18 starters. They were in the college football playoff last year. If Dabo, who has doubled down and tripled down of not being a big portal guy, if he's going to get back to the big stage and win a 3rd national championship, I think it needs to be this year. And then the other guy that I know a lot of people are kind of torn on is Drew Aller. Statistically, he's like the Kirk Cousins of college football. Statistically, he's really good, but he makes sometimes in the biggest of moments some of the boneheaded interceptions, whether it was the throw late against Penn State. That was an absolute backbreaker in that loss. And so I think him with Koltonicky, who I think is one of the better offensive coordinators in the country, I think that Penn State is as good as any team in the country. They just got to get the big game demons out of them with James Franklin.
Yeah. You compared him to Kirk Cousins. Does he have dorky dad energy like Kirk Cousins does?
He is a little awkward. He is a little
Okay.
cringy. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities. But he is a productive college quarterback, and they have 2 1,000-yard rushers back, and they got everybody back on the offensive line. There's a couple teams that you're looking at it. If you're not going to win it this year, I don't know when you're going to win it.
Yeah. All right. What's weirder? Washington State and Oregon State playing each other twice in one season, or the fact that the Pac-12 is basically 2 teams?
Well, 2 teams for this next year, or for this year. Then they bring back all the, or they bring over all the Mountain West teams. But yeah, nice little home and home, like it's the AFC West. They meet twice in the last 5 weeks. You got to love it. Then we'll get a true champion, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. So speaking of former Pac-12 teams, I am an ASU graduate. Please tell me they're going all the way to the championship.
Well, I mean, last year was a magical year for you. Getting it done.
Best year I can remember since the year before I went into college, 97, when they went to the Rose Bowl with Jake Plummer, and I was actually there. So no big deal. And that cemented me going to ASU, even though they lost that game. It was a very exciting game. All right. Sorry for Ryan's memory lane here.
All good. I love the Sun Devils, and I love Kenny Dillingham, what he did only in year number 2. Get into the college football playoff. Hell, they should have beat Texas in that game. They gave away that 4th and 13, but they're going to miss Scatterbo. They're going to miss his leadership, but they went by committee in the portal at the running back position. They have arguably the best quarterback in the Big 12 and Sam Levitt, and then Tyson at the wide receiver position, who I think is going to be a first rounder at the NFL next year. So they really invested in the portal on the defensive side as well. I think they're an 8-9 win team again. I don't know if they can duplicate the magic, because last year was so magical with all those 1-score wins, but Dillingham seems like the hot commodity right now. 35-year-old. He went there. And he just got a lot of energy.
He actually seems like he wants to be there.
Yeah, well, right? I mean, you lived in Tempe. Tempe's beautiful.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe why they were so bad for so long. But yeah, he gets it. He embraces Tempe, and I like the Sun Devils. They've been a great addition to the Big 12.
Absolutely. Okay, a couple more questions for you that I wrote down. Which ones do I want to do? Well, first, I don't want to be a dick. Please talk a little bit about Stephie's U of A.
University of Arizona.
University of Arizona. Sorry, I coming from Arizona. Everybody knows what U of A is.
So, Arizona was a disappointing team last year. They came off that 10-win season with Jed Fisher. Then he went to Washington. Then Brennan came in last year from San Jose State, and they just were not good in the trenches. And if you're not good in the trenches, you're not going to win in the Big 12. I think they're going to get back to a bowl, though. I don't think they were as bad as last year. Noah Fafita comes back next year. I think they added some good pieces on the defensive side, changed up some coordinators. I don't think they're going to be as good as Arizona State, which I know you like hearing. But I think that Arizona will get back to a bowl game and be more like a 6-6 team. So there you go, Steph, back to a bowl game.
All right, look at that. Not too bad. All right, so I feel like the bowl game branding has gone a bit wild. These are some random questions. Do you prefer the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl or the Pop-Tarts Bowl?
The Sun Bowl, just because of the venue out there in El Paso. It's one of the historic venues, just with the mountains in the background. And if anybody knows my co-host over at the College Experience, he lives and dies by these stadiums, and he does half the show where he breaks down the venues and the history of the stadium. Sun Bowl is one of the historical ones. It's not the Rose Bowl, but I would say it's a top 5 historical stadium.
You totally missed the opportunity to say it's great, because it's the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl now, right?
I think it is. So it is great.
There you go. All right, a couple more. Well, first, tell me some storylines from the last couple weeks that we should really be looking out for. Does it affect the most important thing, gambling?
So I think the lines are pretty sharp at this point. I mean, these lines have been out since May. We've seen some big moves, 3-4 point swings based off of, I think, teams or people really diving into returning production. I think that the lines have pretty much moved in favor of the team that has the most returning production. Baylor has a ton coming back. They flipped over to a favorite against Auburn. We saw Hawaii flip to a favorite against Stanford, just because, and this is week 0 when we'll be out in Vegas, the late game. So, yeah, Hawaii is now a favorite against Stanford because Stanford brings nobody back compared to Hawaii. And then Clemson already laid out with all that returning production. I think that's just been the biggest thing. And then Southern Miss, I gave out 5.5 as my favorite win total. That was 4.5 earlier in the spring. But then I think people started really diving in and going, wait, this isn't a 1-win team from last year. It's a completely revamped roster. We've seen this with San Jose State, another one I really like in the Mountain West. I still like over 7.5 wins, like over 8.5 with Navy. They get a great schedule. And I think in college football, with just how big these conferences are, the schedules are so unbalanced where you could get to a fluky conference championship just because you played the entire bottom half of the league. We broke down North Carolina, Chapel Bill, Belichick. They got a great schedule. I don't know how good they're really going to be, but outside of Clemson, they didn't draw any of the top 7 teams in the ACC. So maybe they're trying to tee it up for the old man, get Chapel Bill to an ACC championship in year number 1.
Okay, final question. You and I both going to be out there at Circa on the 20th. I think I get in on the 20th. So I'm going to get in. I'm going to have 3 $100 bills. I'm going to go up to, they're going to be earmarked for college football. What 3 bets do I put in as soon as I get to Circa?
So $100. Do you want 2 win totals and then go with a long future for the national championship?
Or if there's anything like week 1 you want to mention, like I don't have to. It doesn't have to be all futures. I could win while I'm there.
Yeah. So let's go. Let's go one of each. Let's go the win total. I've already harped on the Southern Miss one, so I won't give out Southern Miss again. I really like San Jose State. Ken Niumatalolo. They bring back a bunch of production off of last year. Their win total set at 7.5. They draw a great schedule out there in the Mountain West. They do not draw Boise State. They do not draw UNLV. They do not draw Colorado State. Those are 3 out of the top 5 teams last year. And then you look at their home schedule, they get most of the hard teams that are left in that league, whether it's Air Force, Hawaii, Fresno, and they pretty much get the bottom tier teams on the road. I think it's set at 7.5. I think this is closer to a 9-10 win team. So over 7.5 wins for Ken Niumatalolo, who was a great coach at Navy before he kind of got the raw end of the deal. The other one, I'll go Navy. Actually, his former school, Newberry, in year number 2. I already kind of laid it out with the way that their schedule drew. They missed Tulane, they missed UTSA, they missed USF. The only real tough game for them is at Memphis at the end of the year, and the Army-Navy game does not count in the conference. So, like last year, Army was able to run the table, lose to Navy, but it didn't matter. They'd already won the conference championship. So Navy kind of draws a similar schedule to what Army had last year. They bring back 9 guys on the offense, including Horvath and their 2 backs. I'd go over 8.5 wins, and then we got to get some week 0 action. We'll go to that late game, and we'll take Hawaii out on the island against Stanford.
Oh, yeah. I like that a lot. I always like betting those late games, Hawaii. I'm all in on that.
Yeah.
That'll be really fun. Are you going to bet that?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, we can sweat it together.
Yes, late game. They're minus 115 on the money line somewhere. So I would shop around and try and we'll get that over at Circa and go Rainbows and let's beat Stanford week 1 for a nice sweat.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to shop around. I'm going to just bet it at whatever Circa has it. Because once I get to Circa, I'm not leaving. Come on, let's be honest. I'm lazy. I'm too lazy.
Yeah.
Tell everyone where they can find you, what you're doing on college football experience right now, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes. Go check us out over at the College Experience every single night. We got a triple header tonight. I think, who do we have? We have Hawaii, Sam Houston, and Maryland. So, yeah, we're in the 80s. We got to finish 136 before we head out to Circa. So
good for you guys. Yeah.
Head down, get it done. And at Moneyline_Mac on Twitter. Steph, Ryan, I appreciate you guys having me on, and can't wait for Circa. Cheers.
All right. Cheers. Thanks so much for coming on. We'll have you on back on soon once the season starts to maybe do some more bets. So, all right. See you, Moneyline Mac. All right. Let's bring Stephie has walked away from her computer. I just thought this was funny. Just bring her back in. No, I'm just going to wrap this show up. Thank you so much for watching the Stephie Smalls show with guest host, producer Ryan. That's me. I spoke about myself in the third person. That's kind of weird. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to us on YouTube, subscribe on Spotify, and leave us a 5-star review. We were running a contest last month. Not sure how many people DM'd Stephie their 5-star reviews to be entered into the contest, where you get a half-hour Zoom call with Steph. You get a $50 futures at Circa ticket. You also get some Stephie Smalls show swag. So if not enough people already messaged her, then we'll go ahead and extend it maybe a week. And so make sure to get that 5-star review in. Thank you. It helps us out so much. We love you all, and we'll be back tomorrow. Did we forget to mention that we are now going to Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays for August into and through the football season? So you get us 3 days a week now. That's Monday, 6 p.m., Tuesday, 6 p.m., and and Thursday, 6 p.m., not Wednesday anymore. Not Wednesday. Okay. So thank you. Got the new schedule. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Lock it in. Gonna be so much fun. We got a month away from the season. Let's go.